Who saw that coming? Like, Andrade, Cien Almas, because Vince hates long names for some reason, unless it's Roman, or Cena, or anyone he cares about, or he has mild interest with. But anyways, so on March 12th at 2:48, around 2 in the afternoon, let's take a look. Around 1:14 on Wrestling Inc. It was reported by WrestlingInc.com on their Twitter account saying Wrestling Inc. has learned that Andrade asked for his release this past Monday at Raw tapings. So Andrade, he said, "I'm done. I want out." Now, people were wondering, like, what will WWE respond with? He apparently asked for his release on Monday. He then underwent this strange. He underwent this whole strange. underwent this whole strange thing on his account where he went ahead and changed his username from Andrade Cien WWE to @Andrade El Idolo, and removed WWE references from his Twitter bio. He also posted an Instagram with the caption, "Si no te gusta donde estés." I'm pretty sure I don't know what that means. "If you don't like where you are, move. You are not a tree. Great weekend. Hashtag Andrade. Hashtag El Idolo. Hashtag outfit. Hashtag style. Hashtag estilo. Salido. Oh, and weekend." And if I butchered everything in Spanish, I completely apologize. I do not speak Spanish. This was just me just guessing what he said. But yeah, Andrade had requested his release, and naturally, when you hear that, it's like, oh, damn. Another great talent lost. Like, and then I found out from one of my buddies on the ATW group, and by that I mean in that ATW thing we did on Noah Foster's channel. I'll put the link in the description. I'll also put some of the articles and tweets that were mentioned that talks about this whole thing. But on Wrestling 24's post today, yesterday, that today marked the anniversary, that on the 14th or 13th, today marks the 5-month anniversary since the last time that both Andrade and Aleister Black were wrestled a match on TV. So, yeah, he hasn't wrestled in WWE for 5 months. And I mean that with all literal sense, because WWE still doesn't have house shows back yet because of the pandemic and the restrictions still in place in other states. But yeah, so there was a thing where the last time we saw Andrade was October 12th on WWE Raw when he lost to Angel Garza because they broke up. Following the bout, he and Zelina Vega were attacked by the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, and Alexa Bliss. That I honestly wish they did something with that, but nah. But Andrade underwent some minor elective procedure, which is why he was not drafted or signed on Monday to any brand. And yeah. So Andrade had a minor elective procedure. And yeah. Yeah. And as I continue saying this, he's also in a relationship with Charlotte. And people were wondering what was going to happen with Andrade when he got back. He hasn't come back yet. He is a former NXT champion. I'll get to that. And he's also a former US champion. That honestly should have been so much more, but sadly wasn't. It started off great, but then it just stopped. But the thing is, and I think everyone can agree to this, Andrade was everything Vince wanted in the Latin American community for wrestling. Like, he's been trying for years to find the right guy to go ahead and cater to the Latin American audience. He finally found the right guy. Talent. He can attract the ladies. If they wanted to, if Vince is still up with that whole look is everything thing for women, because we got titillate the heterosexual crowd, like how sometimes comic books go ahead and does that these days, sadly. Even though we should be past that, but that's beside the point. But yeah, he had everything Vince wanted. Looks, everything. He had the personality that they wanted, and he had a backstage vibe, from what I'm hearing, that he was real liked and didn't act like, Del Rio, because that went so well with how he's acted these days. But yeah, and everyone was now starting to think, where does Andrade go? Where does he go from here? Does he leave? Is he released and then goes through the 90-day no compete clause? And people were saying, oh, maybe he'll go back to Japan and be part of Los Angeles de Japan, on which he was a part of as his previous wrestling life before WWE. But sadly, that wasn't the case. I even said on Twitter, I don't think he's going to go to New Japan, mainly because he's going to be married to Charlotte soon, so I don't think he'll leave stateside unless she comes with him. And because long distance relationship, especially in wrestling, is usually a catch-22 on that. Yeah. And then you gotta account for that Vince probably would try something to make sure Charlotte doesn't interact with Andrade if he left, and especially if he went to Japan and came back, because then Vince will want Charlotte to stay away from him in order to do that cold quarantine for 2 weeks thing. And because he sadly does decide to care about the vaccine and everything, even though reports indicate that he did initially, but that's a completely different subject. But yeah, Andrade, and I kept being I don't think he's gonna go to AEW as much as I wish. I could wish. I thought I actually did hope he would go to Japan, even though some people say he probably won't because he has Charlotte in his life and he has a family. He's gonna have a family with her in the marriage sense. Now I don't know if they'll have kids down the road, maybe, but as I was saying, I said, look, as much as I want to see him and Ray Phoenix out rubber the other in a wrestling ring or go one-on-one in a clinic with Kenny Omega, I don't see him joining AEW. Oh, and I see him going back to Japan for a little bit, do a stint there before making a huge decision like, does he stick with Japan or does he go to the North American promotions after his 90-day no compete clause is up? And then I also start thinking, yeah, this is going to be a Brody Lee situation, isn't it? Because remember how I mentioned he went to undergoing that minor elective procedure? So I don't know what exactly he meant by minor elective procedure with the because he was undergoing minor elective procedure and was expected to be out of action for a month. According to source familiar, he is expected to receive a push when he returns. That never happened. If I had to guess why he never came back and got a push, it's because of the person that's in the picture right next to me. Yeah. Zelina was terminated. That's about a few days after that, about a week or so after that Wyatt attack. So, let's be real. Let's just imagine it. Do you honestly think Vince would not stoop that low to get back at Zelina? He would attack those she cares about if they work for him. Like, we've heard this song and dance before, how Vince has a petty mindset from interviews and whatnot. So, yeah, Aleister Black has been seen in 5 months. Andrade hasn't been seen in 5 months. Aleister Black is married to Zelina, or Thea, she's going to go by now. And Andrade is best friends with her, so, and yeah, people were assuming that they were a couple once upon a time because, it's a bizarre concept, but if they have a dude and a chick going ahead and like in the movies, like, they have to be hooking up. There's no way there would ever be a manager relationship without actually being a real life relationship, because it's impossible, because, Rusev and Lana got together, even though I think they might have been together beforehand, but that's a different matter. That's driving into their personal life. And even Zelina laughed at that whole thing, saying, we're not dating, we're just best friends. And she was singing Aleister Black, which I'm pretty sure I'm surprised. I am genuinely surprised Vince never went, we can take their relationship on TV. We can put Andrade and Charlotte's relationship on TV and do the worst love square triangle since Ziggler, Ray, Lana, and Rusev, and we'll somehow top Twilight in terms of content quality, mostly in the bad department, and then we'll make Attack of the Clones look awesome. Because I'm a genius. But yeah, and now there's rumors, I can't confirm nor deny this, I'm not a journalist, I'm just reporting what I'm hearing, that according to, let's see, one of my buddies told me this, and let's see if I recall what it was saying. Let me find it. No, just a bunch of Jim Cornette stuff. Let me find it. Okay. According to AEW News, and this is on their Facebook post, saying this: Zelina Vega, Thea I can't pronounce the last name, has apparently signed a contract with AEW, and she says now waiting for the right time to debut. That debut could be coming sooner rather than later, as it is looking like she could possibly be revealed as a new member of the Inner Circle and the first female to join the group. Jericho suggested about introducing a new member when he was cut off by Sammy Guevara and MJF, and what transpired afterwards. But this was seen as laying possible foundations for Vega's debate in the near future. It's also worth mentioning, and when in interviews, members of the Inner Circle have always been happy about suggestions of a female member within the group. So if the rumors are correct, expect to see her debut in the soon with the Inner Circle. Which I counter with Britt Baker for the Dangerous Alliance group. Let's do that. So, yeah. So Zelina might be signed to an AEW contract. We have to wait and see if that's true. Andrade and Aleister Black are on. Well, Aleister Black hasn't been seen backstage from what I was hearing. Like, reports were saying Aleister Black hasn't been seen backstage at all. He's been at home because apparently I must stress, is that Aleister Black is stayed home. He was told to stay home because Vince is on the impression they'll just forget that they fired his wife for OnlyFans and third-party rights. Because staying home with the person that you're married to who was unjustly fired for stupid petty reasons was going to make him forget. But how can he forget if... Okay. But yeah, so naturally when this report came out, I was like, okay, this is going to trend for a little bit. Probably not be a big trending, but enough for me to get my personalized trending list. But then I went to the main trending page for the United States, and then I found out, he's trending within the top 15. No, he's in the top 10. No, he's in the 16s. He's still trending. It's past the first few hours. Oh, he trended all the way up to the near end of the first hour of SmackDown. Wow. So yeah, this was really trending with Andrade. Like, he was trending heavily. Like, he was in the top 10s, then he was in the top 15s, then he was in the top 25 section of the trending page on the US stuff. I took some pictures and showed them to my buddies when they were looking into it as well. And I was like, okay, that's a part of the big notoriety. I made a joke that the tribal chief ain't going to be pleased that people were focusing more on Andrade than they were actually ever focusing on SmackDown, because I'm going to be real, and me and several other people agreed, we forgot SmackDown was on that night. Have you noticed that a lot of bad stuff happens when SmackDown's involved? Like, really think about it. Like, Roman is beginning his heel turn, or after payback, third-party war starts. Let's see. I'm not even going to mention the Chadwick Boseman thing, because that was just an unfortunate circumstance event that all of us will rest in peace to. But, yeah, third-party warfare happens, then Zelina Vega's fired, and then, like... And now Andrade wants to, and then Aleister Black is just MIA, and then Andrade wants to get out, and all of it happens before SmackDown now. And it's like okay, Roman, you can't just keep carrying this brand anymore. You have. I think this is a clear sign saying you have to stop, man. Like, I laugh. Like, there's images of Roman holding everything together, or say he's carrying the company, and I think Paul Heyman even retweeted it, but. That's essentially what it is. Roman is now not just carrying the company. He has to somehow carry the company enough so that people will just forget that, oh, this happened. Or the tons of cases that come out regarding during the COVID crisis. But yeah, notice it. A lot of the weird stuff goes down. And most of it seems to be WWE's fault, including how Andrade wants out, especially when reports came out that Vince doesn't see anything in Andrade anymore. And he doesn't see anything in Aleister Black. I'm like, Triple H saw something in him, but, he hates Triple H's guts. I'm convinced at this point. I'm like, they're hiring John Laurinaitis again. Yeah, that's a thing. So yeah, so I was thinking, like, I wonder if WWE will deny it. Oh, look, he denied it. And since Andrade has that elective procedure, and was going to be gone for a month, and he never came back, one could make the assumption that they're just going to extend his contract. Yeah, I'm honestly expecting them to extend his contract for punishment. Because they did that to Harper, they did that to FTR when they got hurt, because that's how it works, until FTR had to convince Vince, look, Vince, we'll give you some of our trademarks if you let us go. You got it. So they gave up the Revival, but they managed to keep FTR and all that, and some of their other big stuff they wanted to keep, but they managed to give up some trademarks just to get out of WWE, so yeah, so Andrade would have to probably give up something, or Brody, or just do the Brody Lee thing and just wait it out, or just do a Dean Ambrose and just wait it out. Or he could pull a Neville and walk out. I'm like, the transition would probably go smoothly because he's not even being used on TV. So yeah, he could be gone for a whole year. I mean, like, he's getting married to Charlotte, so I'm pretty sure that has some benefits beyond just he's dating Charlotte. Love at sight. I'm pretty sure all the Zelina Vega and Andrade pairing fans are probably disappointed, though. So yeah, WWE denied his request, so we don't know what's gonna happen now. I said, like, look, if they start putting him on TV again, I was like, you can use this as a storyline. How Roman is bringing back post WrestleMania. It's kind of too late to do a storyline for him for WrestleMania, regardless of it being a 2-night event. But how about this? You have Roman call out Andrade and say, so, and being all pissed off that people were talking more about Andrade on Twitter and everything. Just start feud on that, and about how people were talking more about Andrade wanting to quit. And pissing Roman off because he thinks he's just trying to mess with him and ruin what he's trying to build for his mighty empire in the tribal chief position. And then bam, we got a multi-month storyline we can work with and build it up. Come on, let's do it. Andrade versus Roman, let's do it. If Andrade's not gonna go, and if they finally push him, or if Charlotte's able to convince Vince, which I don't think this is going to happen because because Charlotte did confirm she tried to do the whole Andrade-Charlotte pairing on TV, but Vince denied that. So Charlotte clearly does not have enough power like Roman would probably do, where Roman could threaten, look, you either take this coronavirus seriously or I'm done. And I don't mean like I'll go somewhere else. I'll just retire. I'll pull an AJ Lee. And Vince is like, damn it, I have to compromise my ideals with Trump in order to compromise with Roman. Damn it, I'm in a rock and a hard place. Because, making protocols and procedures is bad for business. So, yeah. It seems like Andrade's locked in limbo now. I don't know if he'll be back on TV. I gave you a storyline you could work with this and make it a story. But no idea what's going to happen. You could easily just lie to everybody and say, this was all part of our plan. We want to make Andrade over by making him a defiant rebel, and pissing Roman off and having the attention be off of Roman so Roman can go to war against Andrade and we can have awesome storyline matches with him. Because let's be real, Roman and Andrade would tear the house down. More so for Andrade because he would win. He gets everything out of this. He gets to be on TV more. He gets to be featured. He gets world title contention because he had a freaking 5-star match with Johnny Gargano. Oh, and people said, like, wait, why didn't he just request to go back to NXT? I'm pretty sure he did request it, just like Aleister Black did, but probably just like Aleister Black, he was denied, which is what led to Andrade was like, well, guess I'm out. I got nothing else to do. You're not going to put me on TV because you're still mad at Zelina and her free will. Well, potentially. Right? But now it's like, I can't go back to NXT because you won't let me, so I might as well just try and no longer give an F. So, yeah, that's about it. My reported thoughts on this whole situation. This was Neo Reality Entertainment presenting the WrestleVerse, Pro Wrestling Talking News. First time, this is the first time in a while I brought up news-related stuff instead of talking about a match. where an Andrade requests release is completely denied. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, check out my content in the description below. Oh, and yeah, the reason why I put the Neo Reality Collective logo on here is just because this is kind of something that would be set for Neo Reality Collective. However, since I'm going back to work, which I announced on my Pop Culture Omniverse and on Twitter, that Neo Reality Collective has to be put on indefinite hold because I don't know how to fit my schedule around it. So we'll have to see where everything goes from here. So I'll still do WrestleVerse, Pop Culture Omniversa, and maybe some of my gaming stuff. Like, I'm kind of less focused on my gaming stuff for a bit. But yeah, that's about it. So this was Neo Reality Entertainment, Pop Culture damn it. Neo Reality Entertainment, the WrestleVerse, presenting my thoughts on Andrade's request for release to be denied. Hey, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, check out my content again in the description below. Stay tuned for more. I'll see you all next time. Peace and take care. And hey!